Hey guys, Bowie here, and this is Juggernaut week. I came across this EG.Arteezy Juggernaut replay, and I think it's full of great stuff. I think it would be a disservice to EG.Arteezy in this replay to only make one video about it. We'll be talking about why Juggernaut is building mills from every game, why EG.Arteezy build does this game, how to fight with Juggernaut, but today, the focus is when and why EG.Arteezy jungles. But if you want to find the answer to the other questions, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll get all of the video notifications for this week. If you've been following this channel, you know that jungling is not something you should do very often. In fact, you should do it seldom. I think BSJ was the one that said that if you want to become a better player, you should just try and play as if jungle creeps did not exist. Anyways, I digress. The first rotation EG.Arteezy goes for this game is a kill on Tro. He notices the Dire Force Radiance TP in the mid lane. On top of that, he realizes that Tro is level 5, so there is potential for a kill bottom. The fight continues, and he knows he can go for this, but let's focus on jungling. Jungling is a thing you do when pushing waves, towers, and fighting is not possible, or in the meantime of doing those things. After committing this TP, EG.Arteezy can take this tower, he can push a wave, but there's a limit to how many waves he can push until his life is threatened. In this game, very few things can kill Juggernaut, but EG.Arteezy has no TP here, so he backs, he gets his Midas and TP, and for now he jungles. He has no Omnislash to kill, TA wants and needs the creeps in the middle area of the map, and TPing top is extremely bad for EG.Arteezy. You want to play this area of the map because not only he's hard to kill, he is even harder playing here provided he supports Ward the Shrine, which is something that will eventually happen in a game this high MMR. Also, there's more farm here than there is top. Note though that he sees Disruptor and he wants to get the kill. He jungles as he waits for the Kunkka to show up, and note that when EG.Arteezy runs, he doesn't go directly towards the Disruptor. By running through the tree line, he is undetected, just a nice cool tip, they get the kill. Time for bounties, but EG.Arteezy has other heroes dealing with that, meaning he can finish jungling and now push the wave since it's in a safer position. You can see that there are heroes mid preparing to fight and EG.Arteezy has Omnislash, but since he is already bottom, killing the siege creep here is a huge priority. Unless the fight starts right now, he has to deal with this. By killing this and pushing the wave, EG.Arteezy gets either one of these scenarios. Both of the scenarios actually did not happen in this game, but that's usually what happens. Radiant TPs a hero bottom to defend tier 2, and they can fight somewhere else and win the fight because of numbers. Or they don't come back, they tie or lose a fight, but even if that happens, they traded heavy tier 2 tower damage for maybe a tier 1 in the middle lane. The power that forcing a tier 2 bottom has cannot be overstated. This is actually something I learned from my coach, but making sure that someone gets stuck in this tier 2 bottom area is important. If EG.Arteezy TPs now, yeah, he dealt some tower damage, but the status quo remains everywhere else. He might even risk dying, since if no one is bottom, the enemy is definitely now closer to EG.Arteezy than before. So he just keeps pressuring the tower unless he can TP to a fight that is happening right now. Even after the Tro TP, since he fears absolutely no one with Spain and TP, he clears another wave and now prepares to fight middle. Tro is stuck bottom, meaning EG.Arteezy will always be able to act faster than him, but until a proper fight presents itself, he jungles because there's no wave bottom and he doesn't want to show up middle. When the Tro shows up here, he obviously stops jungling to keep pressuring the next wave. As long as he has vision of enemy heroes, he can and should pressure this lane super hard. He even cuts trees here to make it impossible for Radiant to engage on him without spin TP. After he forces Disruptor there, he finally decides to call quits and TPs out to his bottom shrine. He wants to keep farming the triangle plus enemy safe lane unless he's forced to TP top. Venomancer dies, Static Storm is on cooldown, and he decides to force this fight or tower. Remember the priority list: pushing waves, towers, and fighting. These three are not ordered in priority necessarily, but they are all more important than jungling always. In this case, he has no TP to push top wave, bottom wave is too far away, and with the conditions of heroes being dead and skills on cooldown, he gets the chance to pressure the tower a little bit. Now his TA is farming bottom, and mid is unfarmable, so he runs top. Note that he ignores all of the jungle camps for this. It's not uncommon to see players jungling as they walk towards the lane, but EG.Arteezy at this point doesn't jungle very fast, so the gain in jungle creeps is going to be offset by the creeps dying in the lane that no one is making use of. And to be honest, the creeps are mega safe there, so there's no reason to not push the wave. With vision of 3 other heroes very far away from top, the premise of this lane being dangerous is false for the moment, and he can keep pushing the wave. Note that he doesn't push another one and collapses back into the jungle. That tower is not worth a lot for him, and there is a huge risk of dying against Darkseer plus Nyx or a TP, especially with his TP being on cooldown. Now he jungles again, in the downtime of something he was set to do until another plan or another play presents itself. By the way, the fact that the Darkseer is dealing with the wave Arteezy pushed means they can push this tower uncontested by the Darkseer that shows a plate. And gets his creep Midas. As the tower falls, look at the map. Bottom is way too pushed for him to do anything there but jungle. Mid is about to hit tier 2, so the only place he can play is top. Note that he is only top when that's the only option available for himself. Arteezy pushes the next wave this time because he has vision of everyone but no TP cooldown or TP on himself. This is the first time he's jungling again, and that's because his TP is on cooldown. He was picking bounties around the area and cannot push the tower for longer. Note that for a while he considers whether his TP would be worthwhile in the long run, but the problem is everyone is fighting away from his tier 1 tower bottom, and the fight is kinda over already, while he has this Cardi hitting the tower. Instead of wasting a TP for bottom, he forces a glyph and a troll TP. He could TP bottom now to isolate himself from the troll, but note how he farms most of what troll would have in this area first. Nothing is happening, and since troll forced and locked himself in the top area, Arteezy makes this TP the worst deal possible for him. He tries to rotate to kill Nyx, fails, and note how he uses his illusions to farm. Yes, they are farming, but to farm the specific area Troll wants to use. He keeps on farming as fast as possible while reducing Troll's resources in that area. A fight breaks out middle, and this time Arteezy knows his TP will be worthwhile, but Shaker misses his echo and they die. It happens, he dies, but that was the right call, or at least a completely okay call. And I know someone's gonna come here and say, "Oh, Boy is defending Arteezy because pro players." But like, fighting is one thing you have to do in Dota, right? They had all of their cooldowns. There was no major goal difference between both teams, and you know, it was just a fight where one or two dire heroes fucked up. I do think that the call was right, and I stand by it, and that's it. After he respawns, Arteezy starts jungling after shoving middle. You might be thinking that a TP top is necessary, but that will be awful. Any good team after seeing the TP would smoke on the rest of the team, knowing full well Arteezy, the highest dire net worth hero, is useless, or at least stuck in that area. And you might be thinking, joke's on you, Bowie, the only smoke my Herald allies and enemies smoke is illegal. Sure, but if a fight happens, you're still isolated completely from the map and you cannot help your team in any way. The only TP that would make sense top is a TP against a siege wave, and even then, you might want another hero doing that than the carry. Anyways, very little jungling and way more focus on macro movements. If you want to find out more about this game and Juggernaut in general, I suggest you subscribe to this channel. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you want to make this channel a little more sustainable for me, make sure to check the Patreon rewards. Really appreciate you guys being here. Always give me feedback about videos and, you know, what you want to see next. Thank you very much and bye.